this morning? Everybody hear me? Wouldn't that you need to impress? Sound's got a problem, then I've got a team of people that have to sort out the sound. Please stay safe, you can't hear. I'm Johan Gellatly, and I'm the MD of Altron FinTech. So they've made me do the introduction, the master of ceremonies, health and safety, all the things that I'm supposed to be. So housekeeping for health and safety, it's important that we communicate this message to you. In the event of an emergency, the alarm will be sounded. I hope so. Please then proceed to the emergency exit situated directly to your right. When you exit this thing to the right. Should this emergency exit be obstructed by other attendees, kindly use the two exits directly behind you. You will be directed by the fire. Simple, run for the entrance. This is what this thing is saying, run for the entrance. Hopefully there's not going to be a fire there today. Please do not use the lifts during an emergency, and please proceed cautiously at all times, particularly when using the stairs. So there's no stairs for you, so you're all at one level here. Smoking. Designated smoking area situated behind the patio, which is situated down the stairs as you exit the auditorium. So out, right, into the garden. So that's where the smokers are. Bathrooms, if you leave where you came in, you turn to the right, and the first door that you can turn right, that is where the bathrooms are for today. We've got some media people from our internal office here, so we'll be taking photographs. If you do not want your photograph to be taken with any of our teams, please indicate so. Do not want to impose on you, but they will be taking photographs of the event for us to use in our newsletters and things. Any questions about the health and safety of Altron campus? By law, I'm supposed to communicate this to you. So I've ticked that box now today. Okay, is that all clear? Everybody know where they have to go to when there's a fire. Let's hope that there's no fire this morning. Good morning. For me, it's a particularly wonderful day today because what I'm seeing here today is what we haven't seen for a better part of 2 years, and how horrible has that been for us? So we, as the Altron FinTech team, we've missed you. I particularly have missed you. I'm a contact sport type of person, and I like to have contact with people. And our account management team, they also are contact sport people. So we have dearly missed you. So for us, it's important because we believe as FinTech that business is a contact sport. You don't make contact with people, you don't communicate people, you don't build relationships. We got a bit of a problem, Houston. So please, this is a contact sport, but I need you to make contact with us as well. And even more so, we've realized this during the last 2 years. I mean, how horrible was that first period under COVID, where they had those draconian laws that they made. I can't actually believe that they managed to marshal 60 million people in this country the way that they did. I mean, I'm still astounded that we followed those rules like sheep. But it is what it is, and we've come through that, and we've all survived that. So we've got new challenges that we're facing. We are engaging with our customers, and I'm of the belief, and this is my personal belief, that what we're experiencing now with the shortage of electricity is going to have a larger impact on our businesses in this country. I think what we experienced under COVID is a dwarf of what we're going to experience going forward. So teams and customers, please talk to your account managers. Please engage with them about the challenges that you have. We would dearly like to work a plan of how we can assist you to work through this challenge. And this challenge really, team, is an uncontrollable challenge for us. I like to say, let's control what we can control, but we're also faced with the uncontrollables. And this is uncontrollable. And we would dearly like to make plans with you and assist you how we can actually navigate ourselves through this difficult period. And what the last 2 years have demonstrated to me is that we have to be around people. And we have to interact with people. And I think we're meant to be there for each other. We're not Robinson Crusoe on an island and with Man Friday, and that's the island that we're on. We don't live on an island. So we can't do what we do without you. So that is very important to me, that I want to get that point across here. In our business, we've got the people at the center of every decision that we make. Everything we do stems from our people. You might ask why I communicate this to you. It's because we believe that if we look after our people will automatically look after you, our customers. So that is what we believe. So please take that to heart. So I would like to cast us back when we started off in this segment of our business. I want to take you back to the days of where, and perhaps you're too young, and perhaps I'm too old. I still remember those days where people kept the cards, and they went to the ATM at 12 o'clock at night, and they used to withdraw the money. That's how old I am, so I've given my age away now. So our business comes from those days, and this business was grown from those days. UPay was the first business to convince ABSA. ABSA was keen to take a risk with us, and we managed to do the first electronic debit order transaction with ABSA in those days, to change from keeping cards and pins and going to the ATMs. So that was the start of what we later became known as NADO and ADO in the industry. That collection role was so good under the ADO mantra. In all the years that ADO was in place, we've had one dispute in ADO in all those years. And that dispute was found to be an error as well. So virtually you could say there was no disputes. So we're moving on because the world changes. So in their wisdom, PASA decided that we have to have a new transaction that replaces ADO and NADO, and they introduced debit check. So for those of you that are not aware, we started building debit check 4 years before March 21. That's how long we have built our debit check platform. The bank that took a risk with us in building our debit check platform was Nedbank. No other banks wanted to take a risk with us in building debit check. We approached them all, but Nedbank, they were willing to assist us in building debit check. So that's how long we built that debit check, and we launched that. Now I'm getting, it's March or May? Can please somebody help me? May. So we launched, well, the country launched debit check in May 21. So we were ready. Did we have all the T's crossed and all the I's dotted and the full stops in the sentences in the new transaction? I think the whole banking system wasn't ready for debit check at that point of time, because it is much complexer than what ADO was in the past, and NADO, because there's lots of new rules that we have to comply with, and especially the consumers. The major change here was that the bank owns the mandate now, and the bank authorizes the mandate, when in the past that was not the case. But all of you, with our assistance, we are navigating through this perfect storm. And I must say that we are seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, because the platform is stabilizing and the platform is getting better, because we're continuously working on enhancing the transaction. Not only with our own sponsor bank, but all the other banks that have to process the on-them transactions as well. We have glitches, and we attribute these glitches to the bank's back office systems not being sufficiently, now I need to be careful, sufficiently capacitated with sufficient resources to get through the volumes on busy days. Where do we see the problems in our processing channels? Is on busy days, large collection days. So the banks are are applying their best resources at getting us through these bottlenecks. And I can promise you, the team that you see all in white shirts here, they are applying an immense amount of pressure on the banks. We have virtually daily meetings with the banks in making sure that we can process your transactions timelessly. So having gone through all of that, what do they classify the people that have come through that? We have navigated the enormous industry challenges, have embraced continuous change. We have mitigated these challenges that we cannot control, and as an industry, contributed to combat unemployment and making responsible credit available to a sector of the population that do not have access to credit. This is us in this room, you as our customers, and we as your service provider. They classify these people as pioneers, and you are pioneers. Because I don't think there's an industry in this country, perhaps, it's a bit wide that I'm casting my statement. There's an industry that have had to endure what you had to endure. I can recall in the first 2 months of COVID, Vaughan phoned me up and says, we got problems. I said, what's the problem? They've classified this industry as a non-essential service. I don't know if you can recall those first 6 weeks, 8 weeks that we've had. I mean, that was a serious classification. We rolled up our sleeves, got our MD involved, wrote in a serious letter to Tito and Mboweni, and asked them and say, why do you classify this industry as a non-essential service? For the next, what do they call those things? The president had those roundtable discussions or evening sessions. They lifted and they classified this industry as an essential service. So you were pioneers. Please remember that. I classify this as similar to the farming industry in this country. I mean, you must imagine what the farmers are going through in this country. And you fall in that same category. I'm Afrikaans, so I'm going to use an Afrikaans analogy, a boer maak 'n plan. But I think this industry, they have a plan already. Because you are people that can make a plan. And I'm very proud of being a part of this industry. So what are pioneers? Pioneers are fascinated by the future. You're a pioneer if and only if you are restless for change, impatient for change, and deeply dissatisfied with the status quo, because you can see a better future. The friction between what is and what would be burns you, stirs you up, and propels you forward. So that is a pioneer. So you are pioneers. So let us work together. Let's be winning pioneers that summits Everest with the help of each other. Let us continue to be leading as the industry pioneers in the segment we trade in. I know we can, because we have the track record that we can. So I want to use an analogy of two greengrocers that are opposite. They're trading on opposite sides of the street. So one morning, greengrocer A rocks up at the store. He's got this blackboard on the side, and he writes on this blackboard, bread price now 20% cheaper. He's selling it at 15 Rand 10 cents. The greengrocer on the other side of the road sees this blackboard, decides, well, hell, I also have to pitch a blackboard on the side of my store. And he pitches a blackboard on the side of his store. And the next morning he writes on, he says, my bread is now 15 Rand 10 cents. So you can follow what happens there. Now, the next day, the greengrocer on the other side of the road, bread is like 15 Rand. And it goes on until the greengrocer that are following couldn't take it anymore, because he's selling bread now below his purchase price. So he walks across the road to the greengrocer who started off this price war and asks his greengrocer on the other side of the road, how can you sell bread for 14 Rand? So the greengrocer pipes in and says, I am not selling bread. So what is the moral of that story? The moral of that story, that the greengrocer should have engaged with his bread supplier instead of following blindly with not having information. So who's your bread supplier? We are your bread supplier. Your bread supplier. Please engage with us. because we sit in a wealth of information that can assist you in navigating your business through difficult times. I'd please invite you to do this, to come and speak to us. Because we want to be there when it matters the most for you. Because that's where you can make a difference. This is your day. We want to hear from you. We want to assist you. We want you to grow your business. Make the most of today, please. We want to build a long-term relationship with you. And I want to say a few thank yous here. Thank you to our events people. You put a marvelous event together here. I think it was organized wonderfully. We can't organize the traffic and load shedding. And apologies for starting late. It's not how we like to do things. I would like to thank the Woodmead campus people who made sure that the event, the room and everything is done to the level it's done. And our account management team for pitching up so early this morning. We get everything arranged, so I want to thank you for that. And then our presenters. A heartfelt thank you to you, because you will have to make a difference today. And that's what the expectation is. And then most importantly, I want to thank you, bearing and standing and forging and barging your way through traffic to get here. I really appreciate that. And thank you for coming out this morning. Thank you very much.